Boom! Alright, hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic dinosaur action watching right now or later on, probably because you're sleeping, as it always is. Well, usually for me, Stampede Dinos on Magic the Gathering Arena, and I thought I would maybe go to sleep, but I had a burst of energy and we're firing up and using Domri. I had a good suggestion to use, well, not necessarily one specific version of Domri, but this is the choice now, the original Domri Rade. We'll get into why I like this option, this version of him in Stampede Dinosaurs, and who's hopefully dodging that, the pesky aggro menace. Probably going to be at least one tonight, we'll see. Hopefully get a little bit of revenge on Rakdos mid-range potentially, but hopefully everybody's week has been going good. Even if it hasn't, even if your day has not been so great, we're going to have a great time right here. Absolutely. But yeah, Domri Rade, love it. Actually, I'll pull up the other Domri that also cost 3, and we'll compare what both of those do. So Domri Anarchobolus, you might think I would gravitate towards this version. Creatures you control get +1/+0 with Stampede Dinosaurs, putting a lot of creatures out. That's quite fantastic. Palani's Hatcher, that's 3 creatures in 1. That's 3 extra total power with Domri Anarchobolus's ability. Very reasonably, this Domri could contribute to 6-7 extra total power, but that's not really usually ever going to win me the game right there. It's going to have very little effect. What would have really good effect is Zopandrel, doubling every creature. That's adding, who knows, an extra 30, an extra 40 damage, really making the job getting the job done. Stampeding over opponents, of course. So the +1/+0, not doing a whole lot. The +1 could be good sometimes to ramp, but as you can often see, you might have seen before, many of you, but if you haven't, I get flooded. I don't need even 1 extra mana. You can use that mana from Domri's +1 for anything, which is quite nice, and creature spells you control can't be countered this turn. However, there is some big creatures that already can't be countered, of course. Carnage Tyrant and the fantastic Tyrranax Rex, and then sometimes they just don't have any counter spells anyways. Get the counter spell burnt on a Sylvan Scrying, possibly. Maybe an Archdruid's Charm. Maybe they think they're stopping me from getting the lands that I need to make an efficient, explosive amount of mana. But really, I already have them in hand. And, well, their counter spell is burnt, and something resolves, possibly, like that Vaultborn Tyrant, or possibly Ghalta. But you get the idea. The mana, not really needed later on, especially. The -2, well, that -2 is the same as Domri Rade's -2, so already, that's really the main thing I'm looking for. A little bit of interaction, and the +1, fantastic. We look at the top card. If it's a creature, we may reveal it and put it into our hand. Now, revealing is sometimes quite powerful. You make the opponent think you're going to do something, they prepare for something they can counter. You know, you reveal a Vaultborn Tyrant, they're going to maybe counter it, maybe kill it, but then all of a sudden, instead of the Vaultborn, you play a Tyrranax Rex, which they can't counter. Chances are they can't kill because they don't have enough extra mana to pay the ward for, or it could just be a Carnage Tyrant, and now they've potentially wasted a turn. At the very least, they've wasted and held up mana that may have been used for something else, and they're kicking themselves. Then you play that, and then they try to kill it, they sweep, and then you have something big, but they know the big thing is going to happen after they take out this, and it makes a world of pain. It messes with their head, which I love the mind games potentially that you can do with this. So the +1 seeing Ghalta or somebody big just a little bit sooner. Sadly, you don't get to put that card on the bottom if it isn't a creature, kind of like a Scry maybe. That would be a little bit too good. I don't think that would be crazy broken for sure, but it would be nice if you could put it on the bottom. And then, yeah, the -2, same as Domri Anarchobolus's, and I mean, the opponent would just concede if we get to -7, but if I use Domri Rade enough, eventually I will get to the ultimate right there, and you get an emblem for -7. Creatures you control have double strike, trample, hexproof, and haste. Good luck. An emblem you can't get rid of. It just is permanently there, nothing the opponent can do. Maybe they sweep next turn and you lose everything. Of course, if it is a sweeper, it's not targeting an individual creature, so hexproof doesn't do anything there. If it gave indestructible, they wouldn't be destroyed, and, well, exile-based sweepers would also get the job done. But you get the idea. It's going to be pretty hard if that goes off. But we have the -2, which is really the only thing, the main thing I'm excited about with Domri Anarchobolus. Then we have the +1, which the +1 from Domri Anarchobolus, not super high on. For sure, sometimes it would help power things out, but keep in mind, at the moment I would only have either 2 Domri Anarchoboluses or 2 Domri Rades. There's a pretty low chance of seeing even a single copy early on. So chances are I would see the first copy quite a bit later. And by that point, I don't need the mana from this. And that's just how it is. The sideboard, though, I did change up a little bit, taking some of your guys' suggestions. Clothis, replacing 1 copy of Cease and Desist. Also, still a little bit of Graveyard Hate, bringing in this. And then the 3 other copies that are left. And Paw Patch Formation. I got thinking, maybe let's do something a little bit against mono black, mid-range mono black demons or Rakdos Demons, taking out the big flying demon or Archfiend of the Dross for 1 and a green, and then if we don't need it, we get to draw a card and make a food. Not that we really need the food, but we basically get to cycle, which is quite nice. And then destroying an enchantment, it would help a little bit. I mean, maybe we could take out Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but I mean, if I was going to take out enchantments, I would probably bring in Back to Nature. I could use Paw Patch Formation plus Back to Nature, so keep that in mind. And Fog as always to, well, if I face off against that aggro menace, oh boy, well, hopefully we'll be able to take it down,
grant me revenge, and if you do not listen, then the hell with you.
I'm drinking a peach juice and that Pepsi I was drinking last night. Weird dark blue color. Nice mixture though. The Pepsi electric zesty citrus. It's really not very zesty at all, but it has a little bit of caffeine and it's gonna get me juiced up, get me going for maybe Azorius Control. Maybe I'm finally gonna get my free win for all of you guys. Oh boy, it's gonna be a doozy. That hand could work, maybe. It's a little bit risky. We don't see a Castle Garenbrig or a Sunken Citadel, one of the 2 most important lands, but I think we try it. Commercial District Surveilling. If we see something on top that we don't like, that we don't need, send it into the graveyard and get a little bit closer.
Dang! Oh.
What a way to start the night. Not much of a way. It's a pretty standard thing. A fact of life. Thoughts. Oh wow. Good. They got rid of Commune, and the very first thing I got was another Commune, and now a second Sylvan Scrying. They got to watch out because we could be about to recover quite. Oh, what did they keep? A hand hate potentially, but I am still quite positive about our chances here. We should be able to make it work. I've over thousands, tens of thousands of games. I've come back from, far worse. And it is absolutely amazing to get that Castle Garenbrig. We'll play Commercial District though, because, oh my god. We recovered. We've just recovered. Fantastically. Oh, if that's the best they can do at this point, hitting me for 2 with a Mutavault, I'm going to say it's not that great. Not that great at all. I say we go big or go home. Grabbing the Sunken, playing it next turn. I don't have something for 6, a Carnage Tyrant. If I played Castle Garenbrig next turn, I could make 6 with Castle Garenbrig's ability, but I have nothing to do with it. So I might as well grab a Sunken, play it as my land for the turn, and... hopefully they don't have Field of Ruin, but they could be effectively dead next turn. Now they could get rid of Ghalta, but this would be the ultimate revenge. Ghalta and 2 Vaultborns plus potentially some creature that I draw. Oh well. I mean, I think they'll quit. It's 4 triggers from Vaultborn. Each one sees itself plus it sees the other one. And good luck. I think they'll quit.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Right as I press that clip. That's what you get. I mean, I was saying I wanted revenge against Rakdos Demons, mid-range. I think everybody should pretty much call it demons because that is a pretty big package of the deck. But hey, there you go. A taste of your own medicine, buddy. A very satisfying way to start tonight. Like I said, Paw Patch formation maybe against these type of decks, but yeah, you know what? Let's trim Domri. All that stuff. I have a good feeling about Paw Patch formation. I see many people use it. Even Indomitable Creativity, I believe. They use it to draw a card and make that food token, so they make an artifact that can be destroyed by themselves, and then they get some big creature from their library, because there is only big creatures to hit with that particular spell. But Paw Patch formation covers a lot of bases. It's a pretty sweet package. It's a good... Watch them cast Duress, turn 1. I only have lands and creatures, so Duress for 1 black, it can't get rid of anything. Oh, but... Now I don't need a Carnage Tyrant. I already have 1. But no hand hate on turn 1. That does make me feel kind of good. Oftentimes, funny enough, an opponent that keeps a hand or uses a bunch of hand hate, they just end up losing because that's really mostly all they have. But if they keep a hand without that and then they play the regular creatures, sometimes they just beat me up and I don't quite get there, as it appears like we won't be doing. If I get an Archdruid's Charm next turn, we might be able to make something happen. Playing Castle and then Archdruid's Charm to grab and put a Sunken out plus the other castle I have would get us to 8. Basically has to be that next turn. Hopefully they don't play Ritual Chamber, getting that 6/6 flying demon though. Okay, just a couple fables. Rough. Ooh. Yeah, that's just how it goes. That's it's not going to do much. I would have somewhat expected to see a Sylvan Scrying or an Archdruid's Charm by that point. In my entire opening hand, didn't see him. I don't think I saw him. No. And I didn't put anything to the bottom. But in my entire opening hand of 7, plus a few draws, plus the surveils from Commercial District, not one of 8 cards that would have grabbed me specifically. And it would have gotten me that Sunken Citadel because I already have 2 Castle Garenbrigs there. But worth a risk, I think. Do I want to keep Paw Patch formation? Perhaps. Do I like Domri? A little bit. Of course, the fighting from Domri, the -2, could in effect be quite similar to the destroyed target creature with flying if my creature is big enough, or I might want to trade Vaultborn Tyrant fighting the 6/6 flying demon. Both of them die, but I would make the token, which would actually potentially be quite beneficial. Let's keep it like that. Okay. No hand hate with that game, but I think we'll be seeing it here. We're going first, so the opponent is probably going to want to be slowing us down. as best they can. Ooh, that was, you're going to have to be on point. They could have 2 pieces of hand hate, ripping both Archdruid's charms, but it is still very positive. If we go off with 1, it might be, I would say it's all over. The Fabled Passage is not what you want to be doing. To get a mountain, now that is interesting. We don't need that Stomping Ground, that's for sure. We have another Stomping Ground in hand, plus the Forest, plus the 2 Archdruid's charms. It would be better to draw, hopefully, something other than a land next turn. Another Archdruid's charm, I'll take it. At least I'm playing a Palani's Hatcher. A couple bodies to block is, you know, pretty nice. I could also just... Nah. Keep in mind, Fear of Missing Out is an enchantment creature. So even though Archdruid's charm can't exile a creature, it can exile an enchantment. And we get rid of Fear of Missing Out quite nicely. However, we're supercharging. We're getting that castle. We're making a potential 7, hoping, again, for a Vaultborn Tyrant. See what we draw next turn. That could change everything, though. That changes basically everything. We're making 8 next turn. Archdruid's charm, grabbing Ghalta, and we hope they don't have 2 pieces of hand hate. They will get rid of an Archdruid's charm, but it also could be a Palani's Hatcher. I'm not going to use one of my 2 Archdruids to grab a Ghalta because they would get rid of the Ghalta and then I wouldn't have it for next turn anyways. If they only have 1 piece of hand hate and I keep my 2 Archdruids, I know I'm getting a Ghalta and it will stay. So we'll see what they do here, though. They're thinking. They got to be careful. Absolutely. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Hopefully no dress taunties. That is rough. Pretty rough, but I'm still making 8. We get rid of a Stomping and a Palani's again. Archdruids to grab Ghalta. Let's not get too excited here. Okay, I like that. Yeah. Okay. We're making 8. We're making 8. If we get any other creature, they're dead. Hopefully it's some other creature. Some creature. Any creature. Oh! Nope. Not happening. Good stuff. Perfection. Absolute. That's how you do it. I'm just glad I got some good revenge. Some good, honest revenge. I think I lost last night to Rakdos Demons, but whew. Nice back and forth, edge of your seat. It's never a major blowout. I mean, sometimes it is, but it's not as much as you might think. If, again, you happen to be new, just you got to trust in it. You'll get there. Might take a little bit to figure out various combinations of how hands can be good. Hands that you might not think are good are actually good, surprisingly. That was a pretty fast match too. Only about 10 minutes. I like it. Okay, where's Azorius Control? You can do it. I don't think this is Azorius Control with Xander, I believe it is. One of the Grixis demon legendary creatures from Streets of New Capenna. And Grixis being blue, black, and red. A lot of removal, counter spells, a lot of pain. And that particular legendary creature, it hurts. Would also hurt if I kept this hand, because only a commercial district. Ooh. That's, okay. You mulligan for perfection. Hand hate cannot get rid of the 4 lands that I have. And the 4 lands that I have get me to 7 on turn 4. Oh no! Anyway. That's a perfect clip for this moment. Oh, shoot. I wish I could protect against... well, you get the idea. That's lovely. I mean, hopefully they don't have too much more. We'll certainly get rid of Ghalta, and hopefully we get to Tyrranax Rex eventually. Could be a little bit sketchy here. Mono black waste not. Okay. Okay, I see how it is. I almost want to get rid of Tyrranax Rex instead. They could make me sacrifice it, but nah, we'll keep Tyrranax Rex. Palani's Hatcher being multiple bodies in one might have been preferable. Lots of creatures to sacrifice to Liliana's -2, but we are looking to get rid of... yeah, get rid of Liliana. We're on track to play T-Rex next turn. Now Vaultborn, if we get that next turn, definitely is what I'm playing. As long as they do... oh, okay. Okay, fired up, ready to go. Speaking of, boom. That's where I want to be. Maybe they have removal. Good, kill it. Make me sack it. Shieldred's Edict, don't care. Oh no, Shieldred's Edict. Draw me another card. Gain me 3 more life. Hopefully they don't play go blank and make me discard the T-Rex in Commercial District. We should be okay, I think. What's it gonna be? At least Liliana of the Veil, I think, is gone. I'm pretty sure Liliana is gone. Yeah, it might as well be Carnage Tyrant. It could be a land underneath. You gotta be kidding. Another Liliana. I wish I had Leyline of Sanctity, protecting against all this absolute nonsense. Might as well get the force down. Maybe I would have had to discard it with Liliana's ability there. They don't have a whole lot of anything though. And we're losing a bit of life. Oh, Zopandrel. That's pretty sweet. I'll tell you that much. You know what? I continue to take out Liliana. I could have taken him down to 2, but there's a very real chance that I would have lost one of those guys. Maybe I still lose both. They have a sweeper. Hard to say. Oh, ooh. Fine. I have to draw and discard. Yeah. That's what. Yeah, there we go. They're good.
Bazinga!
But mono black, waste not, discard. Now keep in mind we didn't see waste not an enchantment for 1 in a black. Whenever we discard something, depending on what type of card that is, they do something. So if we discard a creature, they make a 2/2 zombie. A non-creature, they draw a card. And then if we discard a land, they make 2 black mana temporarily. It can be pretty nasty, but sometimes if you just dump your whole hand, or pretty quickly the opponent makes you dump your whole hand, part of their deck just completely crumbles and becomes useless because it's not doing anything. But I do kind of like that back to nature, destroying not just the waste not enchantment, also Bandit's Talent, which can really chip away quite a bit. Losing 2 life, draws... I kind of feel like a back to nature. Pop hatch formation wouldn't really be doing a whole lot. Domri, yeah, let's get rid of that. And we'll keep Zopandrel instead of Xenagos. Now possibly the haste of Xenagos would be a little bit more preferable. You know what? Yeah, let's trim Zopandrel and stick with Xenagos. They have a whole lot of removal. They can make you sacrifice stuff. I may want to hit with whatever I play the turn they enter, because potentially I have played Xenagos on a turn previously. Could be really good, could be really bad. Do I want to take the risk? You know what, let's take the risk. We won game 1, and sometimes hands, even like this, can... Oh, they didn't play hand hate. Now they could be saving the hand hate to gain extra value from a waste, not that enchantment like I was mentioning. However, I also now have a Castle Garenbrig, which is not exactly where this opponent wants to be. We're going to have to get rid of something, but it's going downhill. Go blank, not too bad. Do I want them to... You know what? One Sylvan. Sylvan and Carnage. Yeah. Drawing one card and then making a zombie. I was thinking about getting rid of both Carnage Tyrants, but we really only need one more Sunken Citadel, because we'll be making 7 on turn 4. I like that. Now hopefully they don't have Field of Ruin, of course, but we're playing some big stuff. We're playing something coming up here. Liliana of the Veil would be quite nice. Taking that out with Tyrranax Rex, which we fortunately drew there. That's the name of the game, though, if they play her. Yeah, I'm playing. I should be playing something next turn. I can play everything except Ghalta. Ooh, oh, geez, ooh, another one. That's not good. Not really sure what they were waiting on. That was about the most straightforward play. Get the other waste not to gain super duper value from their hand hate. Not sure why they got rid of Regisaur Alpha, but fine by me. Oh, now I'm just going to play this. Did they not see what I did in the first game? But back to nature, though. We'll see. Tyrranax Rex is down, which is definitely very scary for the opponent. Invoke Despair, not too bad. They didn't make me discard a card, and I could just play Ghalta and Carnage Tyrant next turn. They're only dealing 6, and, well, they can't hopefully kill me next turn. Yeah, you know what? Let's get Ghalta and Carnage Tyrant and hope they don't have any removal. Although I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah, I bet. Somebody's going down, and it's probably going to be Ghalta, because they can target Ghalta. We'll see. That's not too bad. Oh, I'll get rid of a Back to Nature. Yeah, let's... I don't want to give them more zombies, that's the thing. Okay. May not have mattered anyways. They could be making me discard all the stuff I have. Still making those zombies. Huh. Now that is interesting. But of course, Vaultborn Tyrant, love it, play it, gain life, boom, draw a card, stabilize, I hope. Okay, I'll get rid of Carnage Tyrant, that's fine by me. They only have one black left. Ghalta is hitting harder than Carnage Tyrant, so that makes sense. If they had 2 black, I might have sacrificed Ghalta in anticipation of a piece of removal, potentially, that they still had in their hand. If I sacrificed Carnage Tyrant and they had 2 up, they still could have killed Ghalta, but if I sacrificed Ghalta and they had a piece of removal, they may not be able to... Oh, yeah, get rid of Xenagos. Oh! Maybe they goofed up. Not the sleeping down. Okay.
Dang!
I didn't mean to press that, but maybe they goofed up. Maybe they had no out. Either way, got the job done. How many lands were in that opening hand that I kept? Pretty cool stuff right there. And yeah, we'll get right into the next one. That was also pretty fast too. About 10 minutes. Okay. Azorius Control. It's gonna happen. Let's get that free win. Oh boy. But yeah, lovely start. Rakdos going down. Mono black waste not wasted into. Phew. The algorithm doesn't know what to do with me now after beating both of those. What's gonna throw? Oh. Okay. I don't think this is Azorius Control as well. Using the Golem avatar. Probably also something black related. Yeah. Mono black demons. That's my bet. That's not a keeper. No way. I don't think I would keep that against any. Oh, it's a little bit better. Of course, it is a risk if they are in black with the hand hate. Getting rid of. Actually, no, they're not. What am I thinking? Yorion. You know what? We're gonna risk it. We'll send Carnage Tyrant to the bottom because if this works out, I think we would reach 7 on turn 4 with everything there. This might be Azorius. I wish I would have mulliganed a little bit differently. Or it could be spirits or something. Ooh, that's rough. Big time. One more lands. Oh, wow, that is. Huh. Yeah, sometimes you just don't even draw more lands and boom. Okay, they're going to have a counter spell, so we're not going off with Sylvan Scrying. That's for sure. Get rid of Palani's Hatcher. Make them not worry. Make them use their mana eventually. I was kind of wanting to save Carnage Tyrant. You know what? Let's get rid of Carnage Tyrant. Yeah, it looks rough, but don't worry, folks. Don't you worry. I might recover. I will recover. Just you watch. If they only leave one, oh, that would be good. Which I don't think they'll do. Oh, where's the land? Where, oh, where? We're going to get there eventually. JDX, how's it going? Hopefully all is well with you. Okay. Okay, it's looking all right-ish. Leyline? Perhaps. Perhaps, okay. We like this. Demolition Field again. Taking out that Castle Garenbrig. If I played Sylvan, they would counter it. Okay. This is getting interesting. But they will take out that castle. I'm almost certain. So they'll spend a bit of mana on that, and I'll also go with Archdruid's Charm, which they'll also spend. Oh, Demolition Field and Field of Ruin. This is not a good situation. Not at all. It's going to be rough. Okay. I mean, we're not dead yet. I mean, if I recover from this, that's the craziest of crazy. Hopefully they don't counter it. I'm pretty sure they will. Oh. Don't worry. You take it out right now or at the start of my turn. It's certainly pretty straightforward. Maybe I draw Castle Garenbrig off the top, and well, that would be pretty sweet. But again, I've come back from worse. This would probably be about the worst. Again, I'm pretty sure they'll counter this. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. Oh, they don't. They don't. What? If they tap out and I grab Cavern of Souls, they're smoked. They're done. I mean, I can make 8. I'm going to go off with Archdruid's Charm at the end of their turn, and if they let it go off, oh boy, maybe they don't have a counterspell. That could also be the thing. They must. Okay. That's how it goes. Sure, they have more counterspells. Just keep playing, get the counterspells burnt. Not dead yet. That's for sure. Ooh, are they going to play Yorion? I think they might. Don't do it. You know what? I think we have to go big or go home and hope they don't have more, but I'm pretty sure they will. Just a bunch of no more lives. That's how she goes. I mean, that's about as bad as it could go, but we'll recover. We'll beat them this time, and I will get my revenge. They know what we're all about. They know they got absolutely fortunate there. The Kecleon hunt. Okay, good. A month is a long time for a hunt. Absolutely. Ooh, that's gonna be a hard one though, JDX. That next shiny hunt. Ooh, that's the hand. Of course, it's a whole lot more lands than the previous game, but we should be quite comfortable with this. Marshall, Sylvan, you know what? I like that T-Rex on top. We do have one already, but I might appreciate another. Oh, and the Archdruids. Oh, yeah, look out. Watch out. Of course, we do have to worry about Demolition Field. Always got to worry about that. Spend some mana. Use it up. You know you want to. It's just a staring contest now. I'm just glad we continue to draw lands. Eventually, I'll just have enough to straight up play Tyrranax Rex. I think they'll continue to wait. You know what? Let's play Regisaur Alpha. Let's get a start to get the counter spells burnt and potentially make Archdruid's Charm resolve if they don't have any counter spells. That's alright. One less, no more lies. That is a lot, JDX. Absolutely. I wish you the best of luck. Oh, okay. Well, they might just be dead. We'll see. Boom. They can't counter and they can't kill it. Don't think. They could have settled the wreckage. Oh, speaking of good old settle. Of course, that's one less settle. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I guess, yeah, I guess that would be easier. I've never really tried to reset too much. I've just tried to get a bunch of eggs, hatch shiny Pokemon from that. Okay, good. I'm glad we have 3 left over after playing T-Rex there. But do they really have nothing to deal with it? Huh. Interesting. Did they not use their removal? They're looking at it. Okay, that's not bad. Good. Aha, there. Tapped out. Boom. You know what I'm going to get? I'm going to get a Cavern of Souls, I think. You know what? Let's get another Tyrranax Rex. Surprise. Whew. I love it. They're going to try to take... They're going to spend 4 to take that one out, and then they have to deal with another one, but they can't deal with the other one that I just got. In that brief moment where they didn't have any mana to counter the Archdruids, but then I have another Archdruids to get a third T-Rex, and you get the idea. It's not looking too hot for them. Oh my goodness, that's what you get. Now let's just do it again. I don't know exactly all the stuff you're doing there, JDX. It's always been simple. Get some eggs, hatch a shiny. I didn't do it a whole lot. But speaking of hunting shinies, though, if I had to choose, it would be a shiny Sudowoodo with the red leaves or red hands, whatever you want to call them. That's definitely my favorite, and I like that. Certainly send Domri Rade to the bottom, but Cavern of Souls, we protect against the counter spells. We have 2 sources of green with the Archdruids. Now we got Sylvan Scrying. If it's a land that enters tapped, we get to go off with Sylvan Scrying in there. Oh my, you can't be doing that. No, you got to hold up 2 ASAP. That's not good. Hopefully they don't have a spell pierce. Oh no. They just lost. I can almost guarantee they have just lost. Main phase stock up.
No.
Now, keep in mind they could have Demolition Field or Field of Ruin, but if they don't, their chances have been ruined. Okay, you do what you gotta do. That's fine. We know the drill. I will be playing Regisaur Alpha next turn, and they are somewhat tapped out. They will have 2 mana left up, but we still get the Regisaur down, and eventually somebody big coming up, hopefully even just a land next turn, would get Carnage Tyrant, which feels pretty good. Pretty sure that token's gone. Maybe March of Otherworldly Light, that sort of thing. 1 white to take it out. Token has a mana value of 0. Oh my, I play this game too much. There we go. But I know I have other big stuff, but I have something out, so they might want to spend a little bit of mana to take it out. I'm almost certain, Domri, this guy's gone for sure. It's got to be countered. Oh, it's not countered. That is good. If I attack with Regisaur Alpha, it might just be a Wandering Emperor, but it also could just be... Oh, this is very positive, casting that Memory Deluge. I like it. Oh, okay. Guaranteed encounters. I don't know. Seems like maybe too many hoops to jump through for me. This is not good for them. I can tell you that much. Hopefully we get to attack with Carnage Tyrant. We'll send everybody, absolutely everybody, towards Carney T, or not, Archdruid's Charm. I like Archdruid's Charm, for sure. I'm certain that Regisaur Alpha is dead. Carnage Tyrant won't get it. Oh, I almost knocked my juice over. Carnage Tyrant, won't get a chance to attack, unfortunately. But we got a big thing, hard to deal with. At the very least, they pretty much have to sweep to get rid of him, which is probably going to be expensive. Maybe just 4. Supreme Verdict. Hopefully not. Oh no, nuts. They have 3 now. 2 will untap with Domri's ability there, but we have the fantastic Archdruid's Charm. You know what? We'll look at what's on top. Maybe it's a Castle Garenbrig. Oh my goodness, it's a Castle Garenbrig. Now this is interesting. On track to just play Ghalta next turn. We know we're getting Castle Garenbrig though. I say we wait. Yeah. Maybe they use Archdruids at the end of their turn to make them spend mana. Perhaps it could have been better to use Archdruids while I knew it was going to go off. To grab another T-Rex or another Vaultborn, which hopefully come down. We'll see. No, we're not going off with Domri. But we're going with somebody big. Okay. Let's see what they do with this. I don't think it's going to resolve, of course. They want to stop me from getting a castle. Oh, you don't want to be doing that. I like a Vaultborn Tyrant. If I had one haster, which I could get a Regisaur or that sort of thing. I just remembered that Castle Garenbrig was on top and now it's not on top. Why did I do that? Well, it's going to be Sunken Citadel. Maybe I should have went to sleep. Oh boy. Hopefully Carnage Tyrant sticks around. Using those map tokens and redeeming myself after that absolute oopsie. Of course, that's an example of this not being pre-recorded, because why would I pre-record an absolute punt just like that? I wouldn't. Or maybe I would to make it seem like it's not pre-recorded. They really like to gun for that Domri there. Or maybe they'll just sweep as well. That could be something. Hopefully not. No, that's a lot of fun. But we do get to the 7th land. We can't cast anything coming up. But it is the 7th land. And there could be another land on top. Choose red for sure. And maybe it's a castle. Maybe it's not. That could get us somewhere eventually. Of course, I'm pretty sure that Sylvan Scrying would get countered. But we can play Vaultborn if it makes sense to do so. And I'll definitely be trying to do that. I'm just glad they haven't got a Field of Ruin. All of that. Oh, no, well, no, that's not good. That's not good. They got the Teferi with the emblem. I think that's probably going to do it. If they draw some cards, which I'm... Okay, yeah. Our only hope is if we get a Castle Garenbrig next turn off of the Sylvan Scrying, which I feel like is not going to happen. Crazy that Teferi ultimated. I can't tell you the last time that I've seen that happen. Okay, well, maybe they don't choose the Sunkens. You never know. Oh, they do. They do. Not great. Yeah, no, that tends to do the trick. Oh, well, my one loss against Azorius Control in certainly a very long time. I think we go for at least one more match. I don't know. They all blend together, JDX. Yeah, I'm still heavily favored against them. Now, dastardly Teferi. Field of Ruin and Demolition Field, that really... Sometimes it does me in, but again, you're never going to win against something all the time. I even get wins the odd time against aggro. Doesn't happen too much, but yeah, well, looks like a good hand. Of course, we don't know what they're on. Could have some hand hate, but with a Sylvan Scrying and Archdruids and oh, never mind, it's mono green devotion, so we probably have lost. Well, it's pretty straightforward. Nothing much you can do. You just lose to mono green devotion. Are they going to besage you? What? Oh, I was actually a little bit curious that they might have. They were looking at him. They might besage you Castle Garenbrig, of course, but we'll wait and see. Oh, I think they want to. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Do it. Yeah, that's okay. We get a copy. We get a lovely copy. And it could accelerate us out for Carnage Tyrant next turn as well. If we draw a land that enters untapped, of course, commercial might as well be the land. Forest, there we go. As long as they don't have another Beseiju, we play Carnage T. Ulvenwald, and it's not that bad. This is hopefully good enough. Could be nice to play Zopandrel, might play T-Rex. Yeah, Storm the Festival. This mono green devotion opponent, if I can't even beat them when they completely stumble, I mean, that is just nonsense. I'm just glad they didn't get a Nykthos off of that Storm the Festival. I think we should get a land. We'll risk it. Oh, good. Very good. Now, do I want Xenagos to... Nah, we go Palani's Hatcher. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're dead anyways. Ulvenwald Oddity just doing its thing, powering up everybody. Yeah. Oh, look, Mono Green Devotion 1 again. They don't even have the Nykthos Shrine to Nyx. I kind of like a Sunken. But I also like playing Zopandrel, of course. I don't have that many tap lands. It has to be a Sunken. I could certainly trim a couple commercial districts, maybe. But yeah, the Sunkens aren't going out ever. At least those tokens trade with everybody. I do like that Zopandrel sticking around, though. A couple creatures have to block. Yeah, I like the looks of that. I think we could be safe still. Finally getting revenge against Mono Green. What are they going to spend all the mana on? Ulvenwald Oddity's ability costs a total of 7, so they wouldn't have a whole lot left. That's not enough to kill me. They only got 2. It's not going to do it. Boom. Phew. We got pretty much the luckiest of lucky that you can get against Mono Green Devotion. Not even seeing a single Kiora, Nykthos. I can basically guarantee that it won't happen again. We're about to find out. Boom. Yeah, absolutely boom. It would be nice to get revenge against another deck, especially after that unfortunate turn of events against Azorius Control there. Oh, darn. Shucks. Of course, I'm not quitting. I would never quit. Dinos never die. Could be worse. At the very least, we have Domri. Now a Cavern of Souls. Hoping for a Sylvan or an Archdruid or a castle itself. Any of those 12 things would be a very reasonable chance. There we go. There we go. We got one of 12 things. And I like it. At least playing Carnage Tyrant, and then we will get the Vaultborn Tyrant the turn after. Of course, this is Mono Green Devotion. We just might not survive until that point. Although it is nice to have Domri. I must admit, having a couple things extra that cost 3. Yeah. Hey, there we go. I spent 3. I drew a card. I'm a little bit closer to possibly another Sunken Citadel. If I get another Sunken next turn, or a Sylvan Scrying, or an Archdruid, we could kill him, potentially. All those Vaultborn Tyrant triggers would be pretty deadly. That'd be a lot of health. Yeah, at least we got a little bit of benefit. Oh my goodness, folks. Well, now the clock is ticking, or whatever. Don't have Nykthos, don't play Nykthos. Don't do it. Just let me win against Mono Green. Oh, I like this. They mostly tapped out Llanowar Elves as the only green mana at the moment, but yeah, I think that might do it. It could do it. If we had a Regisaur Alpha or a Palani's Hatcher, they would be definitely dead. No hope whatsoever. Let's just have a good nightcap. Of course, it's always positive. I'm always having a fantastic time, but this is extra fantastic. Okay, no punting this time. It's another Sunken, and that's that. Okay. Commune would be good too. Dig for a Regisaur or a Palani's. DJC, how's it going? Hopefully all is well with you. All might not be well with this opponent. I mean, we're about to find out. We're about to gain a absurd amount of life. Will they pack it in right here? I don't know, but I have a sneaky suspicion they can't deal enough damage next turn. And yeah. We'll see. Again, we haven't won, but we have enough creatures that they're not dealing 52. They're not going through everybody. Zopandrel would be nice. Man, I might as well grab another Ghalta. They know I'm going to dump a whole bunch more stuff. I don't need Palani's. How many do I have to discard? I need to discard 6. That is a lot. Carnage Tyrant, nah. 1 Ghalta, 1, 2, 3. That's 6, isn't it? And 1 Domri. Okay. I think that's enough good stuff. Okay. Huh. I don't think we're dead here. Nykthos certainly. Yeah, well, it's going to be a big slugfest, I can tell you that much. I mean, it's a must-win turn for them. I don't know, we'll see. It's going to be interesting, though. Yeah, hopefully, maybe your friend likes dinosaurs. They might enjoy what's going on here, DJC. Oh boy, this is edge of your seat.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
You might actually have to call an ambulance for me, though. I don't know who the ambulance has to be called for. Probably for both of us, because it's about to be a slugfest. Yeah. I'm happy to, keep playing Dinos, keep playing Arena. Okay, what's... Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not enough. That's not enough to win. I don't know what's going on. You can't... You can't be doing that. I win. Now my opponent is the one who has sadly punted. Sadly for them. Yeah. I like this. This is good stuff. This is what it's all about. That's not enough to kill me, buddy boy.
Ruthless aggression.
Yeah, this is like the best nightcap I pretty much could have asked for. Oh, oh. I'm just glad that happened for all of you guys watching right now, even though it's late. Many of you sleeping. I think Nova Scotia. That's earlier. It's later. Nova Scotia is probably like 2 or 3 in the morning. Whew. Yeah, nasty. Phew. Got the job done, got revenge. I will get revenge against Azorius Control, because that was a fluke. Absolute fluke, but I had an absolute blast tonight, as I always do. Everybody watching right now, later on, as most of you probably will be, hopefully the traffic is good if you're driving to work, listening to this, or wherever it is, whenever it is. Oh, pardon me. Oh, the Pepsi. But yeah, I'm glad to keep playing Dinos. I'm glad to sprinkle in other games whenever it is. Try to do this as much as I can, and yeah, I guess we'll see everybody next time. Have a good rest of your time zone, wherever it is, and yeah, peace.
Good Lord, what is happening in there?
Hey, I've seen this one. This is a classic. This is,
Ruthless aggression.
What do you mean you've seen this?